So Orvel, you'll be one of the keynote speakers at this year's Quid Novi conference.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, what are you going to speak on?
Well, of course, I'll be speaking about guerrilla selling, guerrilla marketing, and I'll be sharing lots of examples of the ways that companies large and small are using time, energy, and imagination instead of a massive marketing budget or an army of salespeople to promote your books if you're an author, or promote your inventions if you're an inventor, or to promote your ideas if you're a thought leader in whatever field you might work in.
Wow.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Good. How does this audience differ from your usual audiences?
Well, I'm guessing that this audience is smarter than the average bear, because these are, these are the people who are really out there on the bleeding edge of literature, technology, management, just some of the leading thinkers in the world come to this conference. And because it's all about, Quid Novi is what's new and what's exciting. And so for me, it's a real, I got to come up with some new stuff. I've been a speaker on this topic now for more than 20 years, and 22 million books sold worldwide. So I have to up my game and look at what's happening, what's new in the world of guerrilla marketing, and there's lots and lots of things going on.
How do you plan to tailor your comments to this diverse group? It seems like a very diverse group of authors, innovators, and kind of thought leaders, inventors. How are you going to aim at this mixed group?
Well, there's two approaches to that. One is to take a very broad brush approach, and so I'm going to be pulling examples from lots of different industries, companies as large and as global as Coca-Cola, down to the local sub-sandwich shop in Fort Collins and the promotion that they've done. But one of the things I like to do when I prepare, and I'm something of a fanatic about preparation, is to interview half a dozen of the people who are registered to attend the conference and ask them, tell me about your situation, tell me about your business, tell me about what keeps you awake at night. And then, based on that input, try and use specific examples from people in the audience.
What would you say to the author or the inventor or the idea innovator who's a little down? They've been working on their idea for months and months and years, and they feel like the world isn't listening. What would you say to them?
Well, I know the world is not listening. The world's been preoccupied with this recession now. There are numbers coming out of Washington to suggest that 9% unemployment may be the next, the new normal. And so these are scary times, and it's tough. It's a jungle out there, and so I would say there's never been a better time to apply guerrilla tactics to your marketing efforts. How do you gain attention? How do you gain an audience? How do you gain traction for your products or for your business? There's lots and lots and lots of answers to that question. I think that most people haven't been successful simply because they haven't had the right tools or the right advice, or to use our vernacular, the right weapons.
Okay. How will people be different after they hear you at Quid Novi this year, and let's say a year or two down the road, when they think back about listening to you, Orvel Ray Wilson, what do you want them to remember or to be doing differently in their professional lives?
Well, I've had a lot of people come to seminars and say, wow, if I go to these seminars, and if I can just come away with one good idea, then boy, then that was time and money well spent. And my response to that is, I would be really disappointed if that's all I got. If I invested a couple $100 in a full day of my time to attend a conference, I would expect to walk away with pages of action ideas, simple things. For example, I came back from a conference in Philadelphia just last week with 7 pages of notes, ranging from changing the enrollment offering when somebody opts in on my website to a title for a new book I'm working on. So they'll walk away with a head full of ideas, large and small, things that they can do right away. And if they've been feeling discouraged or feeling unstuck, well, this is going to put them on the right track and get moving again.
One last question. We know that Quid Novi stands for that which is new. But I'm going to just put you on the spot. What's your personal definition of Quid Novi? What's the what's new thing for you? How would you describe that Latin phrase?
Well, it's really, you did put me on the spot here. Quid Novi is, and I had 4 years of Latin in high school. I should be able to answer you in Latin. That would be an innovative thing to do. It's been said that there's nothing new under the sun. You know, for example, there are no new jokes. There are only new audiences. And what I see Quid Novi is about people who are the innovators, the thought leaders already in their fields, stirring up the pot, taking the old approaches and executing them in a new way. You know, anyone, I lead this Batman, like, if I can make a confession, this double life as a musician. Well, I'm not really a musician. I'm a drummer in a 22-piece swinger, a big band. So there's 21 musicians and the drummer. And anyone who understands jazz or blues or music, it's all the same 12 notes. You know, in blues, it's all the same 3 or 4 chords. And yet, there is an infinity of possibility in musical expression. And so, I think that Quid Novi brings to your audience that same kind of jazzy, improvised, you know, out of thin air rearrangement, reconfiguration of all of the best thinking that's floating around out there, and out of that fashioning tomorrow's new best-selling book, or tomorrow's multi-million-dollar invention, or tomorrow's God knows what cure for cancer, or how to, or warp drive to fly us tomorrow. I don't know, but I'm very thrilled and very excited to be part of it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rick.